YouTube? It's your brother YT. Wake 'em up, back at it again with another video. This part 2 to the wage garnishment video. And the reason I'm doing this is because a subscriber sent in some help. He wanted me to reach out to y'all. Apparently, according to him, and according to the information that was shared with me, y'all can get these student loans disputed. You might not have to pay. Family, you already know what to do. And if you're brand new too, thumbs up this video so YouTube can push this content out. Smash subscribe to join the tribe. And ring the post notification bell as well. All right, let's get into it.
So correct me if I'm wrong, right? So y'all president, Wig, has ordered to garnish wages next month for student loans. Is that what I'm hearing? Is this real? Like, is this not a rumor, right? Because this is everywhere. And is this for real? Is he aware how high shit is right now? Is he aware how some people can't even pay their motherfucking bills right now? Is he aware that people are living paycheck by paycheck? Is he aware motherfuckers can't find eggs? But you want to go ahead and garnish wages for fucking student loans, bitch. Ain't nobody thinking about that. And first of all, aren't they closed? So who? I'm fucking confused on what's going on here. Your thought is to garnish wages for student loans. You think that's the next best thing as of now for the USA. Trump supporters, y'all stupid asses. How y'all feel? I don't want to know how the fuck y'all feel, bitches. And I know some of y'all motherfuckers owe some student loans, bitch. So how do you feel that you ain't gonna have no paycheck? Huh? You thought this man was the best fit to be a president, but he about to take all your motherfucking money, bitch. Joke's on you, ho.
And keep this in mind, guys, for those that say they're not going to pay back their student loans. If your wages get garnished and they take money from your disability, your Social Security, they take money from your tax, your income tax returns, that means they're going to get their money regardless. There's nothing you could do about it other than consolidate your loans and try to pay a lower rate pretty much. But that's if you didn't default them. You know what I'm saying? Because the government is going after you, not the corporation, the government. The government has access to everything that you have. Anything that has your Social Security on there, they have access to it, okay? And it's going to be easy for them to find them and take your money, okay? So don't get it twisted. Do the right thing. Try to do the right thing. At least try to get it consolidated first. And then, if that don't work, then, you're going to have to deal with the trumpets coming. You know what I'm saying? All right? Bet.
So they're saying they're gonna start garnishing wages for student loans. Was adulthood this scary for our parents? Or is this like a unbelievably scary time? Or like adulthood been this?
The fact that they about to start garnishing wages for student loans is insane.
All right, now look, if your student loans are in forbearance, from the information that I got, I literally watch somebody I know call the number and get on the phone with the people, right? And they said you pretty much good. They don't even have the rules yet as of now. They'll have them in September. Now, y'all don't quote me on this. Everybody's situation might be different. But if you don't know what forbearance is, this the Google definition of it. We're going to go off of that, right? In legal context, forbearance refers to a delay or postponement of the enforcement of a right, obligation, or debt. So that means it's postponed it for certain people. That could be a good thing. It give you time to get your funds in order, get your ducks in a row. That way they're not taking your money. They're not garnishing your checks. So you want to do whatever it is that you can to get into forbearance or start paying on these loans immediately. That way you're out of default status. But like I said, everybody's situation different. This is just the information that I got. Some people be, why do you think you always got the answers? That's what I'm here for. I'm not just here for entertainment. I'm here to help. It's people that reach out to me all the time, and y'all gonna see at the end of this video, I'm gonna give y'all some information that will share with me.
You know what I don't understand about them trying to garnish like Americans' wages when it comes to these student loans? Why are y'all so adamant about getting the money back from us, but y'all aren't adamant about all the politicians that are still holding positions today, embezzling money, mishandling funds, creating fucking charities, I guess you can call them bitches, because it's not really a charity if you're using it to launder money through it. You get what I'm saying? Oh yeah, we have this foundation. Oh yeah, we have this charity. And somehow money that's supposed to go back to the state somehow ends up in these foundations, and then they push it on to something else. Oh yeah, this was for cancer. We need funds for cancer. And yet the funds didn't go to cancer. The funds went to a political party that the so-called person in charge of the organization was trying to be a part of. Like, y'all need to focus on getting that money back, because they right there in y'all face playing.
They can't take your wages if you go to school at least half-time. And I should know. I used to work there at a huge, huge company where your loan is probably serviced at. Beep. Thank you for calling. This is Tasha. Can I please get your social or account number associated with your student loans? Done it for 3 years of my life. On May 5th, Trump says that he's going to resume garnishing wages. Now, this is your work wages. This is also your tax income, but there's a loophole. If you go to school at least half time, they cannot garnish your wages because your loans will go into what's called an in-school deferment. No bullshit. Whenever I first started working there, they brought up an account that they had since, I do believe, the 80s. They just kept going to school at least half time. They picked up a hobby or hobbies, and as long as they were going to school half time, their loans went into an in-school deferment. So that means they never have to pay back their loans if they just keep picking up new hobbies. Big, big, big thing though, if you're going to try to get an in-school deferment, just make sure the school is accredited, because if it's not accredited, then you can't get the in-school deferment. So just keep that in mind. If you're calling into these agencies to get an in-school deferment, just make sure that you're nice and polite. At the end of the day, we are the ones that took out the loans, not the people that we are on the phone with. They are just trying to do their job. I've been on both sides of the stick, and let me tell you, you get so much farther with sugar and honey than you do vinegar.
You know what? I learned this back when I was in high school. I learned this. It's some people that actually do this. This is a little gray area, and they'll continue going to school pretty much forever. That way they never have to pay the student loans back. I'm not telling you do it. I'm just telling you I heard about this before. So this is not a foreign concept to me. There might be some truth to it. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Have y'all heard this before too? That's probably how some of these people accumulated hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of student loan debt. Because if you're not going to be a doctor, like, why do you owe so much? You're not going to be a lawyer. Like, you're not doing something substantial. Why you owe so much? Some people probably owe a lot due to the little loophole, the gray area.
All right, so starting May 5th, they about to start garnishing wages for student loan debt. So what I would recommend is just put the student loan debt in either deferment or forbearance. That way it'll give you a little bit more time to pay off your debts. Now, do I think it's fair that they garnishing wages? Yes and no. Only because, technically it is a loan, so you should repay it. But I don't think that they should garnish, more than what you can afford. So just say, for instance, you only make $5,000 a month, and they want to take out $1,500. I don't think that's fair. I think just pay back maybe $300, okay, or pay back what you can afford to pay, but make some type of payment, But just let this be a lesson learned to like the college kids that's going off. Only take out what you need to. So just say, for instance, if your tuition is $7,000 a semester, take out $7,000 to $8,000. Take out what you need to cover your tuition. Don't take out $20,000 and then just go blow the money, because that's how you end up in these situations. And then also major in something that makes sense. Like, I remember when I was going to my university, people were majoring in like art, music, interior design. Like, you can do that at home. You don't need a degree for that. You see what I'm saying? And another thing, apply for scholarships. Apply for as many scholarships as you can. You might have to write an essay or two. That's fine. But if you don't apply, you don't know if you'll get it. So, and then like they have easy scholarships. Like they had a scholarship for bowling where I went to. They also have like, grants, Pell Grants, get those. But, it's just an unfortunate situation. I think, that the best thing to do is play the system. Don't let the system play you. All right, and just, only go to school if you're ready to go to school. If you don't know what you're ready to major in, you're going to go out there and waste time and money. So just make sure you know what you want to do and make the degree make sense. All right? Good luck to everybody.
Y'all, they about to garnish our wages. They really know how to just ruin your day. The U.S. government hates everybody here. Y'all, as of May 5th, they're taking 15% of your wages towards student loans. Y'all, I've been ignoring student loans since I've been in school. If y'all know how much I owe in student loan, y'all would think I went to school to be a lawyer. And it's a degree that wasn't even providing me a decent lifestyle. I was just living off vibes. So you mean to tell me I went to school and y'all lied to me? Y'all wanted me to go out there and do triple the work to get a degree. Y'all, I owe so much money. I'm in Texas, so we don't have state tax. 15%. Hell, you might as well go ahead and add 5 more. Add 10. Cause that's the state tax. I cannot believe this. I just had to pull over, y'all. My head started throbbing. I'm about to get a headache. They're doing this in a couple of weeks, y'all. I gotta go do deferment. I gotta go do something. Y'all, we can't get away from this. People are even already saying that their credit score has dropped from a 700 something to a 500 something. Oh my gosh, my credit score. 15%, whether you have it or not, as of May 5th. So long as you have money in your bank account, they are taking it. Matter of fact, financial aid just called me the other day and I hung up on them. Not in the mood, don't have it. I'm living off life. I'm vibing. This man really said, you know what? Let's make the rich richer. Let's make the others poor.
Yes, indeed. Welcome to the Great Reset, where the gap gets wider. Y'all done heard me talk about it. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. Middle class becomes the new poor. That's what's going on. Most of these people that went to school are middle class. Most of the people that took out student loans are middle class, right? This was the plan. Since the Earth Summit, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, 1992, when the WEF started coming together to carry out the new initiatives, the new agendas for the working class. This has been in place. This has been the plan. They've been kicking the can and slowly but surely getting here. And now we're here.
All right, so wage garnishments are about to start happening. Yeah, student loans about to start back up, y'all. As if Americans need one other fucking thing to worry about, and here we are with this bullshit. And before you get in my comments, like I tell y'all all the time, don't get in here, well, you went to school, you knew what you were getting into. You knew what you were getting into. You got in these comments, shut the fuck up and get out of here, because student loans are predatory loans. They are not repaid the same way as you would a mortgage, as you would a car payment. And they know this because this is why they're trying to go ahead and get this done, because they already see that other entities are not getting the money that they thought they were going to get. And of course, there are people who are getting this money because you are paying all of these interest payments before you even touch the principal. So it's almost like you're paying for this loan damn near 3 times when you look at it. And that's what a lot of people do not understand. It is not like a regular loan. If it was like a regular loan, trust me, a lot of people would not have the issues that they're having trying to repay it. But until you really understand that, and please don't tell me what you did in 1992, because bitch, what? No. It's 2025 and that shit just won't fly. Anyways, Cinco de Mayo. Be looking in your email as if that shit is a coincidence or not. But that's when they're going to tell you whether or not you need to start paying, you need to pay, you need help, you need to pray to Jesus. I don't know. Make sure it is not the Brad Pitt Jesus on the stained glass windows, but it is the skin of bronze hair wool Jesus, because for the ones that are in default, do know that you have options. You can absolutely consolidate your loans. They don't tell you this. However, do understand that that does restart the clock when it comes to like payments that you have made. They are going to do this with the Treasury Offset Program, aka Mr. Steal Your Refund. So hopefully by this time, everybody has gotten their taxes and stuff back, because I mean, you know, but if you have not, Yeah, be afraid. If you have had to have a reissue, be very fucking afraid, because it is taking anywhere from 10 to 12 weeks for those reissues to happen. So they could absolutely snatch your shit within this time frame. And like I said, you can absolutely stop this part by adjusting your tax deductions and things and making sure, because if you have your taxes set up to where you're getting all of your money the way that you're supposed to throughout the year, you shouldn't get a refund. However, they're still going to come for your paycheck, so I don't know what y'all going to do about that part. I will be looking into some more options when this comes available. That's why I wanted y'all to shut the fuck up when they were talking about putting this through the Small Business Administration, because yes, we knew that. We synced it. I was like, damn, y'all shut up, because let them do this, because then we could get this shit discharged via the MPN and all the other stuff. But no, y'all kept, so I knew that they were going to come with another option. And I was like, goddamn, people keep talking about shut up, just shut up. Anyways, do understand that Public Wiki number 2, which would be Linda McMahon, is saying that there will be no mass repayment options or mass. Again, she was talking about how the Biden administration wasn't truthful and how, but that's not absolutely the full truth. They could have absolutely wrote this off. They could have absolutely done the things that Biden had planned for this to be done so that the economy can continue to be on the up and up, because inflation is, going faster upward than that little peen rocket that Gail and them was on. And you remember the last time, this man had us in the lurch was 2020, and, they had to pause it because it was some bullshit and we didn't know what the hell was going on. And here we are in some more bullshit and we still don't know what the hell's going on. And we see who is at the helm again. So again, like I said, Public Enemy Wiglet number 1 and 2 is just like, no, y'all got to pay this, because of course, they're worried about the shareholders and things of these loans. Those are the people that are absolutely driving the force behind this. And it has nothing to do with, making the economy stronger or anything. It's about to make it worse, because now a lot of people are getting ready to have to make more decisions on food, gas, and these loans, because either way, it's going to be an issue. Now, you have less than 40% of Americans that are caught up on these loans. I don't even know about the power of prayer, because hell, they done already sent a pope on them to glory. So yeah, I don't know. The hell, Jesus wept. America's not a real place. This is where we are right now, y'all. It's dark and hell is hot. That's all I got.
All right, y'all. So this was some information that was shared with me from one of my subscribers. Shout out Steve James. I think that's how you say it, right? And he said, "Dear YT, wake 'em up. Here's some information that I found on how to legally discharge certain types of student loans. Maybe you can pass it on to your subscribers." Just was 3 days ago when I made the first video. So shout out to him for reaching out and trying to help, right? He says, "Thanks for your reaction titled, the video about the student loans." He said, "Here's some information that I found on how to legally discharge student loans. Maybe you can pass it on to your subscribers. Student loans discharged legally depend on the type of loan, federal versus private, and your specific circumstances. I found this information provided below on the AI query called ChatGPT." So he used ChatGPT to access all of this information, right? So if you have a public service loan forgiveness, PSLF, who qualifies? Federal student loan borrowers who work full-time for a government or qualifying nonprofit, right? Requirements: make 120 qualifying monthly payments under a qualifying repayment plan, right? Be employed full-time by a qualifying employer during those payments. So if that applies to you, then you could get your student loan discharged. Number 2, total and permanent disability discharge, TPD, who qualifies? Borrowers who are totally and permanently disabled, right? So if you're disabled, you qualify. How to submit? Submit documentation from the VA, SSA, or a physician. So it sounds like you submit your documentation showing that you are disabled, that it ain't no fluke, it ain't no games, and you can get your student loan discharged. Number 3, borrower, I can't say the word for nothing. Borrower defense to repayment. Who qualifies? Borrowers misled by their school or who experience school misconduct, common for-profit colleges with deceptive practices. How to apply? Apply through the federal student aid website, studentaid.gov. That's how you apply. Number 4, closed school discharge. So if your school closed down, then you can qualify. Who qualifies? If your school closed while you were enrolled or shortly after you withdrew. Applies to federal student loans, automatically granted in some cases. So that's what's up. They are automatically granted in some cases. Number 5, bankruptcy. Very rare but possible. Very rare but possible, right? Standard rule, student loans are not usually dischargeable. Exception, if you provide undue hardship throughout an adversity proceeding. Courts use the Brunner test, I think I'm saying that right, or a similar standard. Number 6, DEATH discharge, right? What happens? Federal student loans are discharged if a borrower DIEs, right? Parents plus loans may also be discharged if a parent or student DIEs. So it seems like somebody have to do that on your behalf or on the deceased person's behalf, right? I'm not going to say yours because if you're deceased, you're not watching this, but somebody would have to do it on the deceased person's behalf. Number 7, income-driven repayment, IDR forgiveness. And it's lacking some information right here, but y'all can Google this one too and see how to actually go about that one. All I was doing was I was replying to him saying I appreciate him for reaching out. So shout out to Steven, man. Shout out to you, Steven James. If y'all think this was helpful, y'all drop it below in the comments. Or if you got another method that could work, something you recommend, drop it below as well. A way that people could discharge their student loans so you can help somebody out. Show me what worked for you. Show us what worked for you. Appreciate you. Family. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you watching. Peace into my Hebrew family. Shalom. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.